Dear students, in the previous class, we did some problems on arithmetic mean, how to find arithmetic mean by different methods, direct method, assumed mean method, and step deviation method. In this class also, we discussed two problems and we solve the problems by three methods. Let us start the class. Statistics, pages 330, 331, 332. Arithmetic mean by direct method, assumed mean method, and step deviation method. In the previous classes, we discussed all these three methods. Now, in this class, we do two problems in this model. We solve the problem in these three methods. Problem: the table below gives the percentage distribution of female teachers in the primary schools of rural areas of various states and union territories of India. So, how many female teachers are there? It is given in percentage in primary schools of rural areas in various states and union territories of India. Now, find arithmetic mean by direct method, assumed mean method, and step deviation method. We try to find arithmetic mean for the following data. Now let us write it. Percentage of female teachers, and next number of states or union territories. Number of states or union territory. Now the first interval is 15 to 25. 15 to 25. This is first interval. Percentage we have 6. Here we have 6. Second interval is 25 to 25 to 35. Number of states or union territories is 11. Next 35 to 45 interval. 35 to 45 interval. In this we have 7 states or union territories. Next class interval is 45 to 55. 45 to 55. Number of states or union territories is 4. Next class interval is 55 to 65. 55 to 65. Number of states or union territories is 4. Next class interval is 65 to 75. 65 to 75. Number of states or union territories is 2. Next class interval is 75 to 85. 75 to 85. Then we have so number of states or union territories. Let us see this table. 15 to 25, 6. 25 to 35, 11. 35 to 45, 7. 45 to 55, 4. 55 to 65, 4. 65 to 75, 2. 75 to 85, 1. Now, let us prepare the table. This is percentage of female teachers. Percentage of female teachers. Now the next column is number of states or union territories. Number of states or union territories. Next we have XI. Next is XI. This is equal to upper limit plus lower limit by 2. And next we have DI. DI equal to XI minus A. XI minus A. Next UI equal to UI equal to DI by H. DI by H. Now we calculate FI XI. FI XI. In the previous classes, we were preparing three tables to solve the problem in three methods. Now we are preparing only one table to solve the problem in three methods. And next column is FIDI. Next column is FIDI. Next column is FI UI. The last column is FI. Okay, let us note down the data. The first one is class interval. The first one is class interval. We should note down the class. The first is 10 to 25. So in this class interval, number of states or union territories is 6. Now we find xi, x1 equal to 10 plus 25 by 2. This is equal to, this is equal to 35 by 2 equal to 17.5. So x1 equal to 17.5. Now we consider the second class interval. We consider the second class interval. The second class interval is 25 to 35. Second class interval is 25 to 35. And the frequency is here we should note down this is frequency Fi. So we note down F1 equal to, next F2, F2 equal to 11. Now we find x2, x2 equal to lower limit plus upper limit by 2. So 25 plus 35 by 2. So it is 60 by 2, 60 by 2. Therefore we get x2 equal to, x2 equal to 30. We get x2 equal to 30. Now we consider the third class interval. We consider the third class interval. The third class interval is 35 to 45. 35 to 45. Frequency is F3 equal to 7. Now x3 can be calculated by upper limit plus lower limit by 2. So upper limit plus lower limit by 2 is 35 plus 45 by 2. 35 plus 45 by 2. This is equal to 80 by 2. So x3 equal to 40. x3 equal to 40. We can note down this. Now we consider the next class interval 45 to 55. Next class interval is 45 to 55. So the frequency is F4. F4 equal to 4. F4 equal to 4. Now we calculate x4. This is equal to upper limit plus lower limit by 2. 45 plus 55 by 2. 45 plus 55 by 2. This is equal to 100 by 2. So we get x4 equal to 50. Now we consider the next class interval 55 to 65. The next class interval is 55 to 65. So 55 to 65, frequency f5 equal to, it is given 4. Frequency is 4 for f5. Now x5 equal to x5 equal to lower limit plus upper limit by 2. 55 plus 65 by 2. This is equal to 120 by 2. Therefore, x5 equal to 60. x5 equal to 60. We have calculated this. Now we consider the next interval 65 to 75. Now we consider the class interval 65 to 75. 65 to 75. So the frequency is F6 is 2. Now we calculate X6. Now we calculate X6 equal to upper limit plus lower limit by 2. 65 plus 75 by 2. So this is 140 by 2. Therefore, x6 equal to x6 equal to 70. Now we consider the class interval 75 to 85. Now we consider the class interval 75 to 85. 75 to 85. This is F7. So F7 it is given 1. F7 is 1. Now x7 equal to upper limit plus lower limit by 2. So 85 plus 755 by 2. I can write it 75 plus 85 by 2. This is equal to 160 by 2. Therefore, it is 80. X8 equal to 80. Now we write the last row. Right. Now this is x7. X7. X7 equal to 80. Now we have x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7. Now how to find the assumed mean? Assumed mean equal to assumed mean, it is denoted by A. Assumed mean is denoted by A. Center value, center value of x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7. What is the center value among this? Center value in among this is x4. So we can take A equal to assumed mean equal to x4. X4 is the center value. So now we consider x4 as assumed mean. So we write it here. This is assumed mean A. X4 equal to assumed mean A. We take this as A. Now we calculate, remember x4 is 50. Now we calculate the fourth column. Fourth column is d1 equal to x1 minus a. This is equal to what is x1? 17.5. X1 is 17. This is equal to 17.5 minus 50. No, the first class interval is 15 to 25. It is mistake. The first class interval is 15 to 25. So this is 15 to 25. So x1 equal to 15 plus 25 by 2, 40 by 2. Therefore it is 20. X1 equal to 20. Therefore d1 equal to 20 minus 50, that equal to minus 30. Now we have calculated d1. Let us see whether what we have written now, 15 to 25 only, right? Now we calculated d2. d2 equal to x2 minus a. This is equal to x2 is 30. 30 minus a, it is 50. 30 minus 50 equal to minus 20. So we calculated d2. Now we calculate d3. We calculate d3. d3 equal to x3 minus a. d3 equal to x3 minus a. This is equal to 40 minus 50 equal to minus 10. 40 minus 50 equal to minus 10. Next we calculate d4. d4 equal to x4 minus a. x4 minus a. What is x4? 50. So this is equal to 50 minus 50, that equal to 0. Now we find d5. We find d5 equal to x5 minus a. What is x5? It is 60. So this is equal to 60 minus 50. 60 minus 50. This is equal to 10. We have calculated d5. Now we calculate d6. So d6 equal to x6 minus a. This is equal to x6 is 70. So 70 minus a, it is 50. This is equal to 20. 70 minus 50 equal to 20. Now we calculate d7. d7 equal to x7 minus a. This is equal to x7, it is 80. 80 minus 50, this is equal to 30. Now we have calculated d1, d2, d3, d4, d5, d6, d7. Now after calculating all this, now we consider the value h. What is h? Generally, so now what is h? Generally, length of class interval, length of this is number 1, length of class interval is taken as h. Number 2, rule number 2, highest common factor of d1, d2, d3, d4, d5, d6, d7 is taken as h. This is number 2, rule number 2. And rule number 3, if highest common factor of d1, d2 and so on d7 equal to 1, if highest common factor of d1, d2, d3 and so on dn equal to 1, then highest common factor of majority values of d1, d2, d3 and so on dn is taken as h. And this is the theory. You need not write this theory in the examination. I am just explaining this theory, how to take h value. Now let us see the class interval, size of the class interval in this problem. Now h equal to, let us see, 25 minus 15, this is 10, and 40 minus 25, this is equal to 35 minus 45. 35 minus 45 equal to 10. 45 minus 35, this is equal to 10. 55 minus 45, 55 minus 45 equal to 10. 65 minus 55, 65 minus 55 equal to 10. So 75 minus 65 equal to 10. 85 minus 75 equal to 10. So we can take h equal to, we can take h equal to 10. So take h equal to 10. Now we calculate ui. Now ui equal to u1 equal to d1 by h. What is d1? This is equal to minus 30 by h is taken as 10. This is equal to minus 3. So we have calculated u1 equal to minus 3. Now we calculate u2. Now we calculate u2. u2 equal to d2 by h. This is equal to, what is d2? Minus 20. So minus 20 by 10. This is equal to minus 2. Minus 2. Next we calculate D3. D3. This is equal to not D3, U3 equal to D3 by H, that equal to minus 10 by 10. This is equal to minus 1. So we calculated U3. Next we calculate U4. U4 equal to D4 by H. This is equal to 0 by 10, that equal to 0. Now U5. U5 equal to D5 by H. This is equal to D5 is 10. 10 by 10. H is 10, D5 is 10. So U5 equal to 1. We get U5 equal to 1. And next U6. U6 equal to D6 by H. D6 by H. U4 equal to we get a 0. U5 equal to 1. U6 equal to D6 by H, that equal to 20 by 10. So we get U6 equal to 2. Now we calculate U7. This is equal to D7 by 10. D7 is 30. 30 by 10. So we get U7 equal to 3. U7 equal to 3. Now we have calculated xi, di, and ui. Now we can find these three columns. Let us find this. This is f1 x1 equal to f1 is 6 multiplied by x1 minus 30. So this is equal to minus 180. F1 x1, F1 x1, F1 x1 equal to F1 is 6, x1 is minus 30. So we get F1 x1 equal to minus 180. Now we calculate F1 d1. We calculate F1 d1. This is equal to F1 is 6 multiplied by what is d1? F1 is 20 here. F1 is 20, so we get here 120. F1 is 120 and D1 is minus 30. So this is minus 180. Minus 180. Next, last column is F1 U1. This is equal to 6 multiplied by what is U1? Minus 3. Minus 3. So this is equal to minus 18. Minus 18. Now we consider F2 D2, F2 X2. This is F2 X2 equal to what is F2? 11. 11 multiplied by X2, it is 30. So this is equal to 330. 330. 330. Now we calculate F2 D2. This is equal to F2 is 11 multiplied by D2 is minus 20. Minus 20. So we get minus 220. We get minus 220. Now we calculate F2 U2. F2 U2, this is equal to F2 is 11 multiplied by U2 is minus 2. U2 is minus 2. This is equal to minus 22. Minus 22. Now we consider the interval 35 to 45. We calculate F3 X3. F3 X3 equal to F3 is 7 multiplied by X3 40. This is equal to 280. We get this is equal to 280. Now we calculate F3 D3. F3 D3, this is equal to F3 is 7 multiplied by D3. It is minus 10. So we get minus 70. Now we calculate F3 U3. F3 U3, this is equal to F3 is 7 multiplied by U3 is minus 1. U3 is minus 1. So we get minus 7. Now we calculate F4 X4. This is equal to F4 is 4 multiplied by X4. It is 50. This is equal to 200. F4 X4. Now F4 D4. F4 D4 equal to F4 is 4 and D4 is 0. This is equal to we get 0. Now we calculate F4 U4. This is equal to 4 multiplied by 0. F4 is 4, U4 is 0. So we get F4 U4 equal to 0. Now we calculate F5 X5. This is equal to F5 is 4, X5 is 60. So 4 multiplied by 60, This is equal to 240. Next, we calculate F5 D5. This is equal to F5 is 4 multiplied by D5. It is 10. We get F5 D5 is 40. Next, we calculate F5 U5. F5 U5. This is equal to F5 is 4 multiplied by U5 is 1. So this is equal to 4. Now we calculate F6 X6. F6 X6. This is equal to, what is F6? It is 2. X6 is 70. So we get 140. This is 140. Now we calculate F6 D6. This is equal to 2 multiplied by D6 is 20. D6 is 20. Therefore, this is equal to 40. Now we calculate F6 U6. This is equal to F6 is 2, U6 is 2. So we get the product 4. Now we finally calculate the last class interval 75 to 85. This is F7 X7. This is equal to F7 is 1 multiplied by X7. It is 80. So we get 80. F7 X7 is 80. We calculate F7 D7. This is equal to F7 is 1 multiplied by D7 is 30. That equal to 30. F7 U7. This is equal to 1 multiplied by, what is U7? It is 3. So we get 3. Now we add the second column, that is sigma Fi. Sigma Fi, we get sigma Fi equal to 35. Next, if I add sigma Fi Xi, this is equal to 1390. Next, sigma Fi Di, this is equal to minus 360. Sigma Fi Ui equal to minus 36. Now we note down all these values. We note down all the values. Sigma Fi equal to 35. Sigma Fi Xi equal to 1390. sigma fi di equal to minus 360, sigma fi ui equal to minus 36. Now we find the arithmetic mean by the three methods. Direct method. First one is direct method. Arithmetic mean x bar equal to sigma fi xi by sigma fi, that equal to 1390 by 35. So this is equal to 39.71. Now assumed mean by arithmetic mean by assumed mean method. Assumed mean method. Arithmetic mean equal to x bar equal to a plus sigma fi di by sigma fi. So this is the formula. We got this is equal to assumed mean is 50 plus sigma fi di is minus 360, minus 360 divided by sigma fi is 35. This is equal to 50 minus minus 360 by 35 is minus 10.29. 10.29. So this is equal to 39.71. This is how we find the arithmetic mean by assumed mean method. Now arithmetic mean by step deviation method. Step deviation method. So assumed mean arithmetic mean equal to arithmetic mean x bar equal to a plus sigma fi ui by sigma fi multiplied by h. This is equal to what is a? It is 50. 50 plus sigma fi ui is minus 36. So minus 36 by sigma fi it is 35 and multiplied by h is 10. This is equal to we get 50 minus 10.29. We get 50 minus 10.29. This is equal to 39.71. So students must understand this process of finding arithmetic mean by three methods. Let us discuss this briefly. The problem is given. The table below gives percentage distribution of female teachers in the primary schools of rural areas of various states and union territories of India. Find the arithmetic mean by direct method, assumed mean method, and step deviation method. Here, the table is given to us, class intervals are given, and the frequencies, respective frequencies are given. Now, we prepare the table containing seven columns. The first column is class intervals, percentage of female teachers. The second column is FI. So we will note down the this is the first column, and this is the second column. This is third column. This is fourth column, fifth column, sixth, seventh, eighth. Totally, we have eight columns. To solve this problem by direct method only, we require column 1 and column 2, column 3, next column 6. This is a direct method. 1, 2, 3, 6 columns. 1, 2, 3, 6 columns. These are required to calculate direct to calculate arithmetic mean by direct method. Now, to calculate the arithmetic mean by assumed mean method. For this method, we require column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, and column 7 only. We don't require the other columns. So, if you want to find the arithmetic mean by assumed mean method, we note down the columns 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7 only. We need not write other columns. If you want to solve the given problem, if you want to find the arithmetic mean by step deviation method, then we require first column, second, third, fourth, fifth, and eighth column. We don't require sixth and seventh columns for a step deviation method. So what you have to understand is we prepared this table for all the three methods. So this seems to be the bigger table. Once again, I tell you, by direct method, for, for direct method, you require column 1, column 2, column 3, and column 6 only. This is for a direct method, that is arithmetic mean by direct method. Mean by direct method, for this you require a 1, 2, 3, 6 column. If you want to find the arithmetic mean by assumed mean method. Assumed mean method. Then column 1, column 2, column 3, 4, 7. These columns are required. Other columns are not required. Column 1, column 2, column 3, 4 and column 7 are required to find the arithmetic mean by assumed mean method. Now, if you want to find the arithmetic mean by step deviation method, step deviation method, column 1, column 2, column 3, 4, 5 and 8. 6 and 7 are not required. Column 6 and column 7 are not required for step deviation method. So, students must understand this and if you are asked to find the arithmetic mean by a particular method, then you must note down the related columns only, not the total table. So let us say this briefly. First class interval is noted down and f1 is noted, x1 is calculated, d1 is calculated using x1 minus a, u1 is calculated by the formula d1 by h. Next we found x1, f1 x1, f1 d1, f1 u1. Similarly, for all the class intervals, we have found the required values. After finding this, we calculated sigma fi equal to 35 and sigma fi xi equal to 1390, sigma fi di equal to minus 360, sigma fi ua equal to minus 36. I explained briefly how to find the assumed mean. Assumed mean A is the center value of x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7. So what is the center value among this? X4 is the center value. So assumed mean is taken as x4. Now what is h? H is generally taken as the length of the class interval. Generally it is taken as the length of the class interval. This is rule 1. Next, rule 2. HCF of the deviations d1, d2, d3, d4, d5, d6, d7 is taken as h. The highest common factor of the deviations is taken as h. This is rule 2. So even if the HCF is equal to 1, HCF of the deviations is equal to 1, then highest common factor of majority of the values of the deviations, that is deviations is are d1, d2, d3 and so on dn. It is taken as h. Now in this problem, the class interval size of the class interval is taken as h. Here h is equal to 10. Now we calculated the arithmetic mean by direct method, that is 39.71, and assumed mean method. In this method also arithmetic mean is 39.71. Next, we calculated a step deviation method. By step deviation method, arithmetic mean is 39.71. So, what you have to understand from this is we can calculate the arithmetic mean by three methods. All the three methods gives us the same answer in each and every case. Now I give you another problem. I would like to explain it in the next class. That is, in the so far what we have discussed. This is arithmetic mean of equal class interval sizes. So we have calculated the arithmetic mean of equal class interval sizes. So this is what you have to remember. We have calculated with equal class interval sizes. Tomorrow we will calculate the arithmetic mean of unequal unequal class interval sizes. So here I would like to give an example. Here 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, like that class intervals are given. So we calculated how to find the arithmetic mean for such problems. Now in the next class we would like to find the arithmetic mean for class intervals of sizes, different class interval sizes. For example, 10 to 15. Next, 15 to 35, 35 to 70, 70 to 110, 110 to 155. Like that, the class interval sizes are different. So we will discuss the problems of arithmetic mean in this model. So we can find the arithmetic mean by three methods. We can find the arithmetic mean by three methods: direct method, assumed mean method, step deviation method. The first model is equal class sizes. This is what we have done so far. Each, that is, the length of the each class interval is the same. In the from tomorrow onwards, we will discuss the problems on with unequal class interval sizes. When there are unequal class interval sizes, how to find the arithmetic mean by different methods. Thank you all students. You must try to understand the concepts. And today I would like to ask you questions. What do you mean by upper limit and lower limit? Next question is what do you mean by what is the definition of upper boundary and lower boundary? So my question is what are the differences between upper boundaries and upper limits, lower boundaries and lower limits? It is very important concepts. So I am asking you this one, these two questions. You try to find the answer for these two questions. Thank you all students. Thank you very much.